welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. So this is one of my most requested videos, and I can 100% understand why. It's how to convince your parents to let you start acting. So this is a very hard topic, and everybody's parents are different. Some are supportive, some aren't. You're just gonna have to accept what God gave you. I mean, there's a reason for everything. So just because your parents aren't supporting you right now doesn't mean that they won't, doesn't mean that they don't love you. Yeah, you just kind of have to accept that for right now, because sometimes your parents just aren't gonna let you act. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, let's just get straight into the video. And if you guys didn't know, I'm wearing my Stranger Things Hawkins, Indiana sweatshirt, which I got when I went and I was an extra. We got it at the same Hot Topic that, like, was it Millie's parents went to? Yeah, they were like, Millie's parents were in here, but they called her 11. And I was like, yeah, her name's Millie or whatever. But yeah, I thought that was cool. So yeah, first thing, my parents, well, my mom always supported me in acting. My dad, not so much. Like, it wasn't like he wasn't supportive. He just wasn't as, yeah, let's just do this right now. He was like, you can do it when you're 18. I feel like you're too young. I don't know if we should sell you over to a talent agent. He thought that if you went and signed with a talent agent that they could do whatever they wanted with you, even though that's not really how it is. So he was more like, I don't really want my daughter in Hollywood and we aren't moving sort of thing. But as you can see, I'm acting right now, so I do have some tips. I know he watches these videos. I love you, Dad. I'm not like saying that it was wrong of you or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna be asking my mom too a little bit about how I convinced her and what parents, how their mind works with letting their kids start acting, because parents are confusing, let's be real. I mean, the stuff that you don't think they're gonna make a big deal of, they always do. So it's kind of like, you know, you just don't know what to say. So first thing is, most parents don't want to pursue something that they think will cost a lot of money and that you won't stick with. So if you're a person that changes what you want to do like every week, and one week you're like, I want to be an Olympic swimmer, and you want to take swimming lessons, and then a week later you're like, I want to be an actress, put me in these $100 acting classes. Why are they going to do that? Because how do they know that that's what you're going to stick with? So you need to show consistency. So I wanted to act ever since I was little. So that wasn't really a problem with me. Like, I wanted to do other stuff, but acting was my main priority. So that wasn't really a thing for me. But I know if I showed interest in other things, my parents would 100% not have let me start acting. They just know how much I wanted it and how much I would persevere for it. And the good news is, if you guys really are wanting to act and you're watching these videos, that means that you're resourceful. And agents love it when the kids want to act and it's not the parents forcing them. So already you're a step ahead of most kids in the industry, as long as you can get your parents to say yes to the whole acting thing, which is gonna be difficult if they're already saying no, but you can wear them down. So basically, yeah, consistency. Show them that you want to keep acting. It might take a little bit. If you're a person that has switched, start doing plays at your school and show that you love it. Show them that you're showing up for every practice. Don't talk about doing anything else. Just be like, I want to act, I want to act, I want to act, I want to act. When it comes to your birthday, be like, I just want to kind of act, you know, can you give me headshots or something? You know, you need to show that that's your main priority. It's not random stuff doesn't have to do with acting, you know what I mean? Like, they aren't gonna help you and have all these sacrifices if they don't think that you're gonna stick with what you want to do. So that's number one. Number two, some parents say no because you guys don't have the money, or they don't think it's worth the money, or you won't make enough money. For that, I would say you need to start saving your own money. You can't expect your parents to pay for everything in your life. You can't get everything handed to you. You have to work hard. My parents don't really pay for really anything that has to do with my acting. My mom will agree to that. She says, like, yeah, we don't pay for anything for Audrey's acting. So for my headshots, I raised all my money pretty much for AMTC through fundraisers and cleaning, and yeah, I paid for the trips to Atlanta. I paid for gas money and hotels. So yeah, you're gonna have to make sacrifices and you're gonna have to work hard. So a lot of people, they're like, well, I don't like working. Well, if you wanna act, you're gonna have to do stuff you don't like. That's just a part of it. You just gotta suck it up and do it. You gotta do plays to build your resume. Acting is just like that. It's a lot of sacrifices. It's not as easy as people think it is. So yeah, start asking your mom if there's any cleaning you can do. any cleaning that you can do that will either, she'll pay for your headshots or she'll give you money to put toward headshots and acting classes. Also, you can go around your neighborhood and ask them if they need any lawn work or if they need any like babysitting. Or my sister lets out our neighbors' dogs, both of our neighbors' dogs every day because they're teachers and they're at work, and you know, dogs need to be let out. So she lets them in and brings them back in, and she gets paid like every day for that. So that is also something that you can consider asking your neighbors for. Also, you can have your mom put out a Facebook post. My mom's done this for me before and just asked, like, does anyone need any work? I clean for a lot of my mom's friends. It's not really weird or anything. But yeah, that's definitely something to consider to start saving money. There's other things you can do. If you're like 16, you can get a job like waitressing, but I'm talking more about people that are underage to get a job, I guess, because I started working when I was probably, I wanted a job my whole life. Basically, like, my dream was to get a job at like a laundromat. I don't know, it was really weird. But I first, I think, started doing jobs when I was like 10 or 11. I started working and like cleaning and babysitting. I thought I was babysitting, but I was really just watching kids with their parents there. But that's, yeah, definitely one thing to consider. And then another reason why parents won't let you start acting is either because of school or flexibility issues. If you're a really busy person, if you have a lot of siblings. I have a few tips for this. If it's school, that's the issue. Talk to them about homeschooling. If they're totally against that, try to talk to your teachers about it. Try to find a school that's supportive of you and your dreams. Schools can be really hard to work with, and sometimes they can be really great to work with. It's just, you don't really know what your school's gonna be like. I have friends who their school is great for acting, and I have friends whose school is not ideal. But I'd say homeschooling is a huge plus. Agents want you more. And once you book a role, you're gonna have to be homeschooled anyways. So if you get your parents to say yes, then throw that in there to kind of convince them to let you do homeschooling. Say, well, if I get a job, I'm gonna have to be homeschooled anyways. You will. So yeah, you can ask them about online school, which is basically the same exact thing as public school, but it's online. Like, you have to check in every day. Your parents don't even have to teach you. That's one thing to consider for flexibility. Then another thing is, if you have a lot of siblings or your parents work a lot and they just don't have time to take you anywhere. So see if you have a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a godfather, godmother, anyone that you're close to and you trust that is an adult figure in your life, and ask them if they'd be willing, someone who you know has a lot of time on their hands. My grandparents, for one hand, they take me a lot of places. They would go and live with me in Atlanta if I asked them to. They will do anything for me. I'm sure your grandparents will too. And if you don't have grandparents that are willing to do that, there's probably an adult in your life that would be willing to make that sacrifice for you. And I would just talk to them about that and just see where they stand with that, and just ask them about getting you into acting and ask for their help and everything. So yeah, that's another major thing that a lot of people have issues with. And then the other is, like, if your parents think that you're going to become a crazy person because you go to Hollywood, or that you're going to end up like starring in this rated R movie doing really inappropriate stuff at the age of 10, which I think is a little bit extreme because that doesn't usually happen, and you only hear about the bad stuff because you don't hear about the good stuff really. You know, you only hear about the bad stuff. There's plenty of kids that have gone through Hollywood that have not gone crazy. Bailey Madison is a beautiful girl. She's been in Hollywood like her whole life. Sadie Robertson's another one. There's a lot of kids that have been through acting and have turned out just fine. The Stranger Things kids are great kids. They're fine. But yeah, just talk to your parents. What you can do is tell them, okay, let's just write down what I'm willing and I'm not willing to do for a movie. So write down if you're willing to kiss, if you're not willing to kiss, if, you know what I mean? Write down your standards before you start getting pushed around by people in Hollywood. Say, okay, we agree to this until I'm 18. I will not do any of these things on camera. Your agent cannot make you. A director cannot make you. They will not force you. They can't force you to do something you're not comfortable with. It's illegal, so your parents shouldn't be worried about you having to do something that you're not comfortable with on camera. So yeah, definitely write those down, and when you sign with an agency, show them that immediately. Say, hey, here's where I stand. these are the things I'm not doing. And when I went with my one agency, they handed out a piece of paper and you wrote down what you were willing to do and what you weren't willing to do. And I thought that was really cool because I feel like it's important to know what your client's willing to do and what you're not willing to do, because you could book them and then they're like, oh, well, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So definitely write that down. Your agent isn't going to be hopefully snooty about it. If they are, then maybe you shouldn't sign with them. I don't know. I've never really run into that issue. Usually they're very sensitive about it and sensitive about your time. They want you to do well in school. They're not really, a good agent shouldn't be pushy about getting your parents to do stuff that they don't want to do. So yeah, just ease your parents' mind like that. And going to Hollywood isn't gonna automatically change you into this crazy person. It makes life hard sometimes for a lot of celebrities, but that doesn't make you go off the deep end. You know, that's something with them. They can't blame everything on Hollywood and that it was Hollywood's fault and stuff. So, and if your parents don't see reason, or they just don't think it's right for their life, for your life right now, maybe that's not the path you're supposed to take right now. You know, and you need to accept that and do the best you can right now. Start making projects with your friends and family, and you can put those on your resume. If you make your own project and you finish it and like upload it to YouTube or whatever, you can put that on your resume. Do a lot of theater. You can put that on your resume. See if they'll let you take acting classes, even if they won't let you, you know what I mean, like go and be in movies, because you should be trying to build your resume now. Start saving money so that you can move to LA and have a big savings account or whatever. You know what I mean? There's still stuff that you can be doing. And if your parents are just totally unsupportive and don't care about your dreams, that doesn't mean that you can't follow them and that you can't do it. My really good friend, George Lott, he helped me through acting when I was doing AMTC. He said, a lot of people come to me and they say, well, my parents don't support me. And he said, good, because that's going to make you try 10 times harder than the kids whose parents either force them to come or is like, yeah, you can do it. Because when someone tells you can't do it, most people, that automatically makes you want to do it 10 times more, and you're going to try 10 times harder. So yeah, just remember that you can still do it. It doesn't mean that you're out, you're counted out, and you're never too old to start acting. Sherry Rigby started acting when she was,
I think 30.
Like 30s or something, and she's a successful actress. I've worked on a movie with her before, and she didn't start acting until she was like in her 30s, and it was her dream her whole life. So you're never too old to start acting. Mom, do you have any tips for convincing your parents to let you start acting?
I think just consistency. And, you know, not giving up on your dreams no matter what. And even if it's not going to be an immediate, you're going to become an actress, but you're willing to put the work in till you turn 18. You're willing to follow that path and just be diligent.
And casting directors will see that in you, and they're going to want you more than the kid that's parents forced them to go in there. So just because your parents aren't supporting you right now does not put you at a bad spot. It can make it harder for you, but sometimes that ends up good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just some things to keep in mind. I really hope this video helped you guys. I love helping you guys with acting. Any questions you have for acting, leave them down below, or video ideas, and I will definitely get to them. I really hope this helped you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!